Hi, this is James of Megalife 21, the hardest hitting internet talk radio station on the planet. I am here at the Newsletter Censored Research Center in northeastern New Jersey with the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman. And I am wearing all red because the theme for this video, this is part 2 of this is a continuation of the first video. The theme is the fact that pure, uncorrupted socialism is much closer and proven to be much closer to the God of the Bible than the right-wing fundamentalists, conservatives, pride and joy, free market capitalism. Much closer. Anyway, a continuation. You're talking about most religion is fantasy, unproven delusion, and we were talking about the pagan religions and such. And didn't you say that the most important thing is to prove God's existence?
That's number one. Well, that's number one. If you are going, like in the old days, let's take the Greeks, the Romans, and all those civilizations that were preceded them. They all worshipped gods of one sort or another.
Multi-gods.
But there was no proof that those gods exist. Today, we laugh at that.
Right.
But these people at that time, they devoted their lives. They devoted their business.
They made sacrifices.
They made sacrifices. They did everything
like the Mayans, the Aztecs,
to these mythical gods. See, so if you're going to be a religious person, and especially if you're going to be a Christian, right now I'm not going to talk about Hindus or anything like that because I have nothing to say as far as that is concerned, because my interest is basically the Bible and how it refutes what we call the traditional Christians.
Right.
Okay, so that's what my interest would be. So, your typical Christian, if he's going to say he derives his God from the Bible,
right,
and if he's going to say that this Bible has his religion has these certain tenets and these certain things that he gathers from the Bible, well, then he better do number one thing before he devotes his life to this thing is to prove that God exists. 5 Thessalonians 21, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Malachi, God says to prove him, where he's asking the people to tithe because they robbed him of the tithes. So he's asking them to tithe again and prove that I won't bless you and prosper you if you do this, if you tithe properly.
Well, we're talking about tithing properly. We're not talking about the rip-off TV evangelists.
Well, that's the problem. The problem is you have the rip-off TV evangelists because nobody's proving whether they're coming from the God of the Bible.
They're healing people.
But they're all carrying around
They got some phony baloney and making a deal where, oh, listen, when the camera zeroes in on you and I lay my hands on you, you make like you're passing out, and then you get up like you're cured, and and they're all getting funky and doing the moonwalk in the church, and on stage, and they're all make believe they're talking in tongues when they're really saying nothing but babbling,
But to protect, to protect themselves.
Even stupid Sarah Palin, I heard, was speaking in tongues.
She was speaking in tongues the other day.
She's a babbler anyway.
Maybe she was stepping on her tongue. That was
probably it. Well, her and Tom DeLay are busy being on popular comedy shows right now because they want to look like they're part of the people, like they're down to earth salt of the people.
Getting back to those people who should prove that God exists before they go devoting their lives to Him.
Right.
The excuse that they use so that they don't have to do that, because that's work.
Right.
The excuse they use is, oh no, I'm taking this by faith.
Faith.
Faith. I'm doing this by faith. I just believe that He exists.
So, like the Republicans. Yeah. Ideology.
That's what they do.
Well, they have no choice.
They believe things. But they don't have to prove them. They don't have to see if they're factual. It's the problem, like at these town meetings with these people coming out there and coming out with all these false things that they believe and say that they don't prove before they yak these things. The newspapers, the cable TV, the news, what they do is pick up this stuff.
Right.
When, in fact, what they should do is when they hear a lie, investigate it,
Right.
see if it is a lie, and then don't print it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you give the lie? You know that old saying, the lie is halfway around the world before the truth, gets up.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But why give all of this print and everything to the lie?
Right.
Why don't you just... A newspaper, you're in an authority position, right? You're in a position to determine what is truthful and what you're going to put in. No. What they do is they'll put in the right-wing side and the liberal side. No middle ground or saying, wait a minute, that's not true. They don't do that. They're supposed to be editors.
They don't want to be. They don't want to feel like they're biased in any way. Or
yeah. So they say
they don't want to ruffle feathers.
If we give the left side and we give the right side, we're giving both sides. So
no, you know what
we're
it is?
Unbiased.
They're corporate ass kissers. They don't want to ruffle any feathers.
Well, it always boils down to the bottom line, doesn't it?
Bottom line. And speaking of bottom line and corporate ass kissers, who the hell wrote these fucking labor laws that we have now, where I couldn't get it over it? Business owners here in northeastern New Jersey, I heard that they can make you work as a full-timer. They can make you work, 50, 60 hours a week, whatever. They can make you work overtime for free.
Yeah, for free.
In other words, instead of being paid by the hour, I was interviewing these people, this bastard that owns a Burger King in Bergen County. He's making these poor immigrants work on salary over 40 hours a week without getting paid any overtime, no time and a half, and the Labor Department of New Jersey Department of Labor
can't do anything.
Says that he doesn't have to give them breaks. He doesn't have to give them coffee breaks or lunch breaks.
And who can we thank for that?
Christy Whitman, maybe?
G.W. Bush.
Yeah, but you know what he said? These are state laws. The federal government has nothing to do with these laws.
Well, under Bush, the Labor Department turned completely around. And instead of being in benefit for the laborer,
right,
they are against the laborer.
They're anti-labor.
And laws have been issued that are against the laborer.
I mean, whoever heard of this in the United States of America?
State laws, if they're state laws, they took that,
Now you know why I'm dressed in red. In the United States of America, people working for free, working on salary, and they're not even management. They're working overtime. And they're not getting breaks.
It's that old deregulation bugaboo.
Yeah, but the Department of Labor says that the owner of the business does not have to give breaks. Of course you have to give breaks. These people, 7 days a week, they're making full-timers work 7 days a week.
The business is in charge.
And you can't blow the whistle on this guy, right?
Under free market capitalism, the business is in charge. The lowly employee is nothing. He's exchangeable. But he's just a mere cog.
But they got away with
the wheel of industry.
But the people don't uprise and don't complain. No, they don't do nothing about it. They don't protest.
Why? Because people think they don't think that they're owed these things. They don't think that
they don't have any self-respect.
The Republicans over the years, especially since Reagan, have been very good and making people believe that they have no rights.
They brainwashed them.
They have no rights. You don't have a right to health insurance. You don't have a right to a job. You don't have a right to some other rights. Through
conservative propaganda.
Yes.
They brainwashed them.
Yes. So now you got people who are, oh God, thankful if they have a job. Thankful.
Oh, Republicans like to say that. Be thankful you have a job.
Well, we ain't. How many people are going to be thankful very soon when all the jobs are gone?
I mean, I can't.
That time when the people adopt the pitchforks and the torches and get out in the street.
I can't get over this. No benefits. Working for free. You don't get time and a half for over 40 hours. You're not getting breaks.
You said it before.
Unbelievable.
The Republicans would like slavery back again. This is how they're getting it.
The people don't do shit in America. They don't get involved. At least the Iranians.
Like Grandpa used to say.
At least, I'm going to salute Iran.
Salute the Iranians.
At least the Iranians have the guts.
They got their asses on the masses out in the street.
To get pissed off and get out in the street and light things on fire and bust people up and get pissed. All right, we got to take a break.